All right, the sports animal at Thunder Media Day, Jalen Williams, JDub, joins us now. How important is it when you achieve a high level as a player that you're at, a very high level as a team, winning a championship, and you're still able to be coached? You're still able to point things out to players, coverages, things like that, and not be complacent.
Well, I was making a joke with Mark earlier, which was pretty funny. I was just talking about my new check hasn't hit yet, so I'll be the same. I'll be coachable for another year. No, but it's on a serious note. It is just about like trying to improve. Who do you want to be as a player? Who do you want to be as a team? And that's our biggest thing. We're so young that it gives us such a runway to want to be great over and over as time progresses. We have a hungry group. We have guys that still have a lot to prove and want to prove it. I think that's the biggest thing. Everybody here still wants to get better. I feel like left a lot of there's just so much that we feel like we can improve on throughout last year. Like it wasn't like smooth sailing the whole year, contrary to popular belief. And like I said, we're still young. Everybody wants to do things in their career and wants to be great in that regard. And that's something that eliminates complacency.
Well, and I'm sure you're getting some variation of this is, after you win the championship, what it takes to kind of go through that. Again, it's easy to get addicted to winning. It's a lot tougher to get addicted to the process that leads to the winning. And I wonder if you could talk about that.
Yeah. Well, you just barred up just now. You hit it on the head. I think getting lost in the process is what makes us such a great team. And I think we enjoy doing the process together. So I think that'll carry us a really long way. You know what I mean? And yeah, like you said, like getting addicted to winning is always a good thing. You can get lost in the process. And I think that's something that we're going to try and continue to do year after year. And that helps you not try and replicate what you did last year. We've done a good job already just from hearing the chatter in the locker room. Just everybody's kind of wiped last year. Everybody wants to do something different this year and be special. I think the last 6 teams to win haven't made it out of the second round, and we want to be special in that regard. So it's always something you can find to give you more and more motivation throughout each year to kind of push you over the edge.
Sure, everybody's asking about the wrist. At what point in the season did you start dealing with that, and what's the recovery, and then how have you been able to work through that this summer?
I had a joint ligament sprain in December when we played Golden State. So I had taped my hand. That one wasn't really a secret, but that was just something that I was going through. I think I missed a little bit of time in December, and then April 9th, I think I explained I'd gotten that jump ball, Devin Booker. I pulled my hand out, tore my wrist, and that I think that was kind of the nail in the coffin. Ironically, though, which is funny looking back on it, it was right around the time where my jumper finally started to feel somewhat normal. So. But yeah, we have a great medical staff. Dr. Woodson was giving me the lidocaine shots almost every single game, or one of his assistants would. Just going through that game after game, we had a good plan in place. I always thank the Thunder for that. I think they were really receiving of what I was going through. They pulled out everything in the book to make sure I was ready to play every night. And even Donnie was massaging my joints around at halftime and during the game just to make sure I was okay. And They did everything to make it as easy as possible. I was sleeping in a cast and I was going to doctor visits all the time, trying to figure it out. And I think without the Thunder doing that and helping me through that, I wouldn't have gotten through it. But it was honestly fun to have that challenge, and it was even more fun to keep it a secret from everybody. That was the biggest challenge, and it was just fun to do that whole thing. And I'm happy I got to do it with the organization that I'm with.
Was there any temptation at all to reveal that to anybody, or was that just close to the chest?
It was close to the chest. I didn't really have any temptation. I didn't really care to tell anybody that I was in pain. It just sounds like an excuse, and it sounds cooler when you win after.
Yeah.
Absolutely, it does. Last one for me here. Did the parade live up to what you had envisioned and dreamed of?
Of course. It was so many people out there, and I think what made it the most fun was we got off the float and we were running around. People don't always get to see us play. For some people, that might have been their first time seeing us that close, or seeing us in general outside of the TV or a newspaper. So for us to be able to go and run around with the crowd is very Oklahoma. It just kind of shows the player fan bond that we have. I think it's very special. I just don't know if any other NBA team has the respect and the fun that we're able to have with the fans. And, we were able to embrace that through the parade.
Thanks for doing this. Good luck this year.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Thanks, Doug.
Appreciate
Full
it.
health. Jalen Williams, JDub there here at Media Day on the Sports Animal.